Many horror icons have terrified audiences on the big screen for at least a decade or two, but whom do I think is the best of the best? Well, let's find out in my personal picks for the top 5 horror movie villains. Coming in at number 5 is Jason. Jason was a disfigured child who was constantly bullied by his fellow campers in Camp Crystal Lake. He soon was pushed into a lake and the lifeguards were too busy doing it dirty to save him. Now his spirit lives on in Camp Crystal Lake, where he hunts down any horny campers who dare enter his territory. I'm genuinely surprised at how many people love Jason and consider him the best horror villain of all time. Don't get me wrong, Jason is both an intimidating and cool villain. His tall and bulky body helps him look more intimidating. The designs for his face, while inconsistent, still looks pretty good, and the excessive amount of brutalization he shows to unsuspecting campers is pretty cool. However, the thing about Jason is that he's kinda a one-trick pony. He just walks around while his classic plays until we get another cool kill. And he can't really keep that idea fresh for 11 movies. Jason is still a fun villain, earning him the number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4 is Chucky. Charles Lee Ray, commonly referred to as Chucky, was a psychopathic serial killer who was skilled in practicing voodoo magic. While on the run from the police, he hides out in a toy store supplying good guy dolls. He gets gunned down, but before dying, he passes his soul to one of the good guy dolls. Now becoming a birthday gift of an unsuspecting child named Andy, he kills nearby victims who thinks he's nothing more than a children's toy. Now, don't get me wrong, Chucky is not scary in the slightest. He's a walking, talking toy who swears a lot and uses a kitchen knife. However, that's not why he's on this list. The Chucky series is intended to be a goofy franchise. In order to do so, you have to have a goofy antagonist. Chucky does just that, and he delivers a series of funny quotes and manages to be a fun antagonist. Recently, there was a new take on the character where Chucky isn't a possessed serial killer, but rather a malfunctioning electronic who uses tech to kill his victims, along with his signature kitchen knife. I thought this version was cool too, and admit it, it's fun watching a walking, talking doll kill people for an hour and 40 minutes, making Chucky come in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Michael Myers. Michael Myers is a deranged little boy who murdered his sister on Halloween night for no reason other than he just wanted to. He was sent to a mental asylum and received a therapist by the name of Samuel Loomis. Loomis at first was eager to help Michael, but upon realizing he was screwed up and had absolutely no remorse or compassion for anyone, he made sure he was locked away so he couldn't hurt anyone. But apparently he didn't do a good job, since Michael escapes and goes on a killing spree in his hometown in order to kill his other sister. The reason Michael is such an interesting villain is because of how simple but effective he is. Michael is insanely bloodthirsty, and his main purpose for existing is mainly just to kill others for no reason other than enjoyment. He's also unstoppable because of his ability to survive pretty much anything, which is never really explained, but that surprisingly adds to the creep factor. He's also insanely sneaky, and you can see him creeping in a few shots, which is always appreciated. Michael is just a cool horror villain that innovated the slasher genre, letting him come in number 3. So, coming in at number 2 is Pennywise. Pennywise was a part of an ancient alien race who were basically just glowing yellow lights. Something happened that left Pennywise descending onto Earth. Pennywise, over the course of human history, learned how to fool unsuspecting kids by changing into a clown-like appearance to lure them to their doom. He also plays off of people's fears, since kids taste better with fear sauce. I'm sorry, but Pennywise is probably objectively the most effective horror antagonist. His ability to take the form of practically anything allows for a wide variety of scares to be achieved, and his childlike personality makes his horrific acts all the more, horrific. Also, him mainly targeting kids makes him much more of a cruel villain. Pennywise should take the number 1 spot, but because of my personal preference, he earns the number 2 spot, which is still pretty good. Coming in at number 1 is Freddy Krueger. I'm sorry, but Freddy Krueger has always been my favorite horror villain and still remains in my number 1 spot. Freddy was a regular guy, well, if a child serial killer counts as one. He burned children alive in his furnace, but eventually parents found out and set his little hideout aflame. Before he dies, he makes a deal with these silly-looking dream spirits or whatever, and he lives on in the dreams of the children of Elm Street, continuing to slaughter them in their dreams. But it's just a dream, right? No harm done. Oh wait, whatever sick way he kills you in the dream carries on in real life. Well, that's a problem. The thing that makes Freddy so awesome is how much fun you can have with him. Played by the talented Robert Englund, Freddy is always stealing the spotlight. Whether it be his awesome one-liners, creative kills, or creepy aesthetic, Freddy is a cool horror villain, and honestly, the fact that you cannot escape this guy since he kills you in your dreams only adds to the intimidation factor, making Freddy both a intimidating and funny villain. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace, everyone.